Welcome back. My name is Dr. George Mochocki, and today we're going to be talking about customer service. Those darn customers. Remember when we were on the other side of customer service and they'll be complaining to us and you go, choke those customers. Not literally, but in my mind because they're complaining. When a customer complains, he is not and calling you names or whatever he's doing or she's doing. They are not doing it personally towards you. In most cases, not. Sometimes there could be a personality gap, but most likely not. There's something about the company policy, the store policy, something that about the product, the quality isn't there. We're going to be talking about different gaps, performance gap, delivery gap. What the customer thought he or she was going to receive is not the same thing that the business stated that they're going to give to you. Now, sometimes you got to be careful because some businesses de-inflate what the customer service, what you think you're going to get in the delivery. And then, you didn't see the fine print, you didn't ask for this. And that inflation sometimes is an irritant. But remember, some companies, they're noted for that. So after a while, if I'm doing business with them, I'm very careful. I'm not going to, there are a lot of people on eBay that are doing an excellent job selling stuff on eBay. But eBay, sometimes you don't know. It says, never been used. They never lied because never been used in a private setting, but it's been opened. So open and never been used. Is that the same thing? My perception, never been used, brand new in a package, zipped. Their perception of never been used, that they think the customer understands, is that's been open and never been used in a private setting. So this is what we're going to talk about, customer satisfaction. So when I talk to my staff, or when you talk to your staff and they complain about the customers, you're going to say, hey, if it wasn't for those customers, we don't need you. And now because the customer complaints and more of acceptance of robotics, technology, iPhone, iPad, ordering. So what happens with customer satisfaction? It's changing. So now you could introduce robotics like we will have in here. And sometimes I walk into Home Depot or I think even Walmart. You got robots like a cleaning. Beep, 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 beep. It senses people around it. It stops. It moves along. Is it effective? Who knows? Is it less expensive? In the front run, see, when you're looking at break even, remember, we're looking at this. Everything is going to cost me something. I bring a robot in, or make or something that's hopefully what the customers want. So in their mind, they're perceived that they have some control over the whole process. So this robot's coming in there doing all that work. Now, what I paid for that robotic, what I paid for the maintenance, what I paid for customer satisfaction, those are all variables that have to be put into it. It's all about the money. So right now, the robotics are being more acceptable than things. You see people moving around. They even ask questions of robot. Hey, where did it go? And you can follow this little robot around. So here's where you go, sir. I want a robot that I could stand on a platform and it'll take me to the spot. That may be coming. All right? Remember, so all this is with customer satisfaction, what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's get into the topic. We have 20 minutes. This is probably the shortest chapter, but the most important chapters left at the end, the last lesson you'll learn. And let's talk about it. So let's see what we're going to talk about. Smiley faces. Now, this one here, I did a little bit more. I put a little bit more smiley. I've got I'm going to adjust a little bit the green screen because I'm trying to do it without seeing my personal office sometimes because people get distracted. So let's see how this works. So let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? Remember, there's a balance between being nice to the customer and the cost. There is always a cost of value. If I'm nice to a customer, more customers come in because they feel comfortable coming in, but there is that balance. Now, there's a standard service that everyone gets. Now, some customers, when we talked about customer relation management, and they're looking at customers, the dead-end customers, for lack of a better word, are customers that want everything, but they don't buy very little. Those customers, you got to be able to remember that's the balance. So what I'm trying to find out is how do I give a standard customer, everyone comes in there, I treat them fairly, I treat them with respect, I do everything else, but which customer do I go above and beyond? Now, those of you who did in retailing, or you're a waiter or a waitress or whatever they call them at Starbucks, they got new names for you. You're basically someone that's serving someone. don't. The title is just that perception. That's all marketing. Okay, so you're doing something. You know that some customers always tip better. Now with Uber, my daughter uses Uber, and she's going, I travel. You get some weirdos coming up on Uber. Nothing personal, again, all Uber. My perception. Remember, from a business, I had to look at my perception for customer service. So she said, well, that's no problem anymore there. I look at Uber. I could select who I want. I look at their ratings right off the bat. Are they have good ratings or what? And okay, so I said, oh, geez, I don't want this driver. Got her ratings. Doesn't talk or whatever. You know, I mean, junky car, smelly car, whatever they're going to do is a rate on a rating. I don't use it. That's just me. All right? So now you could use that, but you look at those ratings, and she said, I'll pass this one, I'll take this one here. Now I look at the Uber driver, I says, well, yeah, but what if you're a jerky customer? Oh, I'm already have my profile. So George is a jerky. I as Uber said, don't want him, or he doesn't tip, or she doesn't tip. Get rid of that. They already have that. So what you're trying to do is take technology, take the customer base, what they want, take the driver, the delivery, and try to bring it all into one app so you get the service and communication and everything else. Do you see how they've done? That's all customer service. Now you don't mind paying a little bit more because you have a selection. You don't have just a standard. I want above and beyond. Or I just want anyone that's going to come and pick me up, I don't care. All right? But the prices are lower, the service might be good. So they have a rating scale, okay? So how do customers rate services? Indicate retail can undertake and provide high quality. The whole thing is the perception that the customer thinks he or she is getting high quality. In reality, you may be only getting a standard service. Okay? Accurate retailers' service failure strategy. Okay, hey, Comcast is doing that now. I think Trump really pushed him down on Comcast when he was in power. Whether he's here or not, irrelevant. But when you look at Comcast, now Comcast got to do this recovery. So they're going, we understand our customer service isn't good, but we're trying. So now, in my perception, they already know they got a problem. First issue of any business, do I have a problem with customer service? And remember, and we're going to talk about when you look, I'm just talking all general because I have my 20 minutes here. So when I'm looking at general with customer service, you look at customer complaint. Customer complaints is the tip of the iceberg. These are customers that are really upset. But what about the other ones that really upset them, but they say, I'm never going to do business with you. So you have to make sure you find that balance. Okay, this is the tip of the iceberg. Let's find out more. Okay, so now I know I have a problem. I let the people know I have a problem, and here's how I'm going to resolve the problem. And then later on, they're talking, now I resolved the problem. Let's see if I can upsell them. Don't upsell them anything until you resolve the problem. Worst mistake. Shit, they're already trying to sell me something. I'm not even happy with what the heck they're giving me now. Remember? I'm giving you a quick general. Okay, so you have that. Okay, now customer service, and this is just a regular activity program by retailers to make sure that the customer feels welcome, to make sure the customer leaves with a happy face. Now remember, car dealers, they keep on sending you stuff for oil change, everything else, and try to up the sale because you did a big purchase. So they don't want to start bombarding you with a brand new car. Just purchase a car. So you're good for 3 years. So what else could I give them to keep them in that loop? Remember, the whole thing is to keep them so they come back to the dealer. Oh, you got free car washes for whatever. You want to make an appointment, or you have all the. So this is services that they're trying to do. Okay. Now LL Beam, I use LL Beam because the service is pretty good. They got the money, and the products are fairly good. Are they? Some of the products I got the reviews, LRB. Some of the products are good, some are not. Some of them are made here in the U.S., some are made in China or Japan or wherever, or Vietnam is now the new hub going in there. I made one in the U.S., so I could select with LL Beam. Here's the lower right, but here's something that's made in the U.S. going to cost me more, and I could be more selective. And that's my option. But LL Beam, no matter what, they always make sure the quality is good. They make sure even if they have facilities overseas, I'm stepping out of the line here, is that they are checking to make sure these facilities meet their standards, because that's what the customer wants. Okay, so now the next one is here. I got these. I put in more pictures in here for the visual. This is my last thing. I'm just exploring balance between customer service and standardization. Remember, the standardization, everyone's treated. Hello, sir, how you doing? Hello, ma'am, how you doing? May I help you, or whatever? I don't care what gender neutral you are. What do you want me to call you? I will call you that. I'll put it in my. I think whenever George calls in, he wants to be called King George. I'm just making up. I had just some side note. When I was going for my doctorate, I had this person from Sudan. And he says he always just remembers me calling me King George. I kind of like that, even though I'm not a king. I got the king thing, all right? All right. But remember, so what do you want to be called? All right? And he may be calling myself, I don't want to be called that. Just call me George. Just call me this, okay? A lot of times in academics, some people want to call Dr. George. When you're face-to-face, call me George. When you're at the campus, call me Dr. George. At school, because what happens? That this shows credibility, shows a higher level of expertise that they have on their staff. Okay? Okay. So cost, service, Sam's versus, what do you think about Sam's? Lower cost, you get better service at Costco, maybe so. Walmart versus Target or Target, however you want to call it. You look at the two. You want the lower cost, the best price for the thing. You may have to skip on something. Customer service may not be as important to you. Jewel versus Mariano's, and I had that spelled wrong. Just okay. Okay, so standard service. Standard service gives me speed. So customer knows I come in here, boom, boom, boom. And now if you look at the standard service, a lot of people like to do the checkout by themselves. Now, when I look at Sam's and thing with personalized service, they always like to have someone to talk to you. Now, Costco's coming in with those scanners now. What I liked about Sam's, I could use my iPhone, scan it as I go, and then I pay as I go. I don't even have to wait in the checkout line. When I'm finished, I just go out there, there's still a line, go out there and they see my QR. That's the thing with all those squiggly things on there, gives all the information. They scan that, boom, boom, and I'm out the door. To me, that makes me happy. I don't need to have the line. Now, I understand Costco wants the line because they want that interaction with the person. Oh, let me help you. With that interaction, sometimes I'm feeling like they don't trust me. What do you mean? Can't I scan it myself? I'm already here in the scan. Oh, no, we did a big item. We still got to check it off. What the hell? We're doing it to make sure there's nothing wrong. That's a bunch of BS from my perspective. And I think the consultant told them that's right. Okay? All right. So you have that, avoid high cost. But IKEA is very standardized. You know exactly the process. Okay. Now, evaluation. When you look at the perceived is how you felt. Reliability, we're reliable, with assurance, tangibility, empathy. I had a problem today, understand? Okay, give you damn money, go back. Now look, Menards, I complain, I do a lot of shopping. Menards, when I buy it, I don't have the receipt to charge me a handling fee, a restocking fee. Now something I just bought it, and they still charge me a restocking fee. What the hell, I just bought it, it was the wrong thing 5 minutes ago. What are you going to restock it? I put it back myself. No empathy, okay? I just showed that, my perception. I'm not trying to say it's right. Okay, so you got Nordstrom's difference. Now, this one here is how do you yourself see yourself? You could be your business or yourself, your perception. A lot of people, we see ourselves as a lion, but we may be only a little pussycat, or a kitten or a cat, whatever, all right? So you have to see how the customer sees themselves. That's the hardest thing from a business. How do you see it for a customer? Okay, let me go through there. Role based on, we said, customer service. Remember, customer service, you evaluate customer service from the last time you're being serviced. Those people who get their hair cut or anything else, the last time I've been serviced, that's how, because it's a non-tangible. When I buy my coffee, I taste it, I know exactly what it's like. Unless they put the stuff in, and that could be a little different. I'm just saying she skimped on this, or they put a different creamer in there. But the customer service is always related in the last time. So your mind is, last time I had terrible customer service, okay, maybe it's just a one-time incident. Next time I come to customer, all of a sudden, your whole perception changes, and customer service is junky for that one store. The other stores may be good, but that one store. But now you go to the second store, another Starbucks, and they got a terrible customer service. You see it's on the decline. That's what happened with Kmart. Same thing with Sears. They started losing. Sears didn't lose really with customer service much as their product line. They were outdated for the market they were trying to reach. Take me for later on for finance and some other classes, advertising. Okay, now this next one is gaps. When I look at the gaps, I'm just going to hit at the picture here. And I'm not going to go through it. I'm going to try. I only got 6 minutes. When I'm looking at service gaps, the service gaps is you're looking at what I do as my standard to the thing. This is what I think the customers want. But then my standard does not meet what the customer's expectations are. And it could be the customer's expectation may be higher because of my marketing effort, or the expectation may be lower for whatever reason. So I'm trying to find out that gap and adjust that gap, so when the customer says, when I say you got good customer service, they feel that. There's very little gap. You're going to have some differences because of different personalities. Okay, so service, management perception of customer service. You see how we're standards of specifying service to be delivered and then actual service delivered. Now, if I look at a lot of places, they'll deliver for you. They deliver for you because we got smaller cars. You can't put all that stuff on there. And if you break it, this way I got it out of the box. It was broken before there. So, and it reduces inventory and everything else. So some of the stuff, Sam's, Costco and everything, you still have to pick up on your own, but they have some kind of delivery service. Now let's look at delivery service. My daughter went to with my son. We're out, and basically she says, the only thing, I hate the COVID-19 because all this stuff I got to go on, mask, all this crap. Fine, I understand that, but what I did enjoy is the delivery service. I could go and I don't have to wait in line and say I want one mustard. I order ahead of time, Wendy's and everything else. I'm not talking about them delivering. I could have had, I come in and say, I'm Kaylin, or I'm Jackie, George, whatever, and I could order, and I said, my order ready, give them a name, and it's already ordered at the window. They see what I want, and it's all, I still gotta wait, but it's not that they order to make it earlier. It's just there. I come in there, it's ordered, I drive up to the window, normal, no errors with communication, okay? Actual to retail's communication about quality. Okay, so that's the whole thing. And then we talk about service. I just slipped this on here, but you have to basically meet and exceed the customer's expectation, or give them the basic service. Right? Look at the value meals that you have at McDonald's or whatever they at Burger King. This is what you get. All right. You have to have realistic commitments. Tell them the truth. Here's what it's going to be 24 hours. If you get it sooner, they're happier. Managing customers' expectations. So if their expectations is higher, and what changes? What changes is your competitors. He or she, that business, changed their delivery. They made it better. They focused in on it. So now the customer has a choice, especially if you got a competitor close by. Well, the price is the same, or I paid 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents more, but I got better service. Okay? All right, what else do we have? Model, okay. Customer satisfaction, those damn customers I mentioned about. They got robots now helping you out. Japan's working on that very quickly. And the robots, I don't have my glass. I want the robot, come here, take me by the hand if I want, or get in the cart and we'll drive you there. All right? Different robots. We have an elderly person, please bring him along. Or we have a person who has a disability, you have a person who can't see, follow me, or can't hear, or has a hearing thing. They could just make a tune on that. All right? Okay, service reliability. Now, here's the things when you really know about a business. You're happy with the business is when you have to return. How long do I have to return? How long do... Now, Amazon got that down to a science. They make it very seamless, transparent, very standardized service. Print it out, bring it in there. They even make it easier. Don't have to have a package. As long as you got the receipt, bring it in there. We'll put it in a bag and we'll do it for you. There is a cost associated with Amazon. They're getting the lowest cost. Wrong. Check it. Amazon also has a checker on there, but check outside of Amazon's environmental data. They're not really lying. This is where we get our data points from, all our other Amazon. Oh, you want us to get data points from other people outside the Amazon market share? Different question. Same thing. All right? All right, so you have everything else. We're good. Resolving problems quickly, right? And they have Walmart. Walmart's pretty good at resolving. They come in, they don't argue with me. They take it away, too. Same thing with Sam's, take it away. Costco's pretty good on that, too. But sometimes now with COVID, you got a line. So you got to work the lines a little bit better. It's just like, bring people in there, let's move me along. Well, they're not buying nothing, they're returning stuff. I'm a customer. That return, why wasn't I happy with it? Why do I come to Costco's or Sam's or some of the places that got a good return policy, Amazon? Because I know if I'm not satisfied, I'll do well. Okay, so let me just stop all this here. I hope this was a good expand And we go level 1. All right, so we covered a lot of stuff today. Customer service, those aren't customers. We love the customers. We love you. I think this was the last lesson in the series of retail merchandising. So remember, you'll enjoy this class. I just want to thank you for everything, those who are listening to my class. If not, take some classes at a community college. You get the best bang for your money, or just a lot of small independent consultants, myself, that could basically assist you out there. All right, so that's all we have, and have a nice day. Bye.